Thanks for tuning in, guys. This video is going to be a little bit different than most. I'm going to do a breakdown from Rumble in the Cage 66. Just last week, October 14th, Rumble in the Cage, the main event was Lee Gladiator Meehan against a Canadian MMA icon, Chester Post. This was Chester Post's retirement fight. He ends up choosing Lee Meehan for it. No one would have done that, but he's ballsy enough to do it. I'll break it down. Stay tuned. The two main event fighters meeting in the center of the cage with this big anticipation title fight, and they size each other out. Chester throws a couple of kicks, Lee evades, doesn't want to get into kicking game, start throwing some bombs, backing up Chester Post up against the cage. They get into a clinch, jockey a bit for position, exchange some knee strikes. Lee says enough with that. He grabs the head and arm, gets the throw, and off they go. So once Lee got the head and arm throw, it was the beginning of the end. He wanted to attempt to do the Boss Rutan neck crank by grabbing the leg, his inner thighs, and getting the tap this way. However, the second he entangled, Chester scissored his legs and from this position that prevented Lee from grabbing the inside of his thighs to finish the Boss Rutan neck crank. He was tightening up with his legs, isolating Lee's left arm. Got a little bit wonky there. Maybe Lee attempted some arm lock positions with his other arm, but nothing really stuck. So eventually he would have to give up the head, spin, turn to his legs, and reposition. So he couldn't finish the Boss Rutan crank, and Chester was giving him a really rough go with this. So Lee had to then abort this. His arms, he couldn't finish it, so he just repositioned, went back for the modified scaffold, and this was the true beginning of the end, where you take both arms out of posture. You have the underhook, both arms are under posture. Sorry, both arms are out of posture. He gable grip behind the neck, put all his weight and pressure on his neck for a neck crank for the tap. This is Lee applying the modified scaffold neck crank in real time. Chester Post held on for as long as he could, longer than most, but had to tap. That was a beautiful submission. For the people that don't know the modified scaffold neck crank, you got to get both arms out of posture, gable grip behind the arms, gable grip behind the neck, behind the head, apply pressure, put your weight on the chest, and get the tap. Let's have a look at the fight one final time in part. And before I let you go, I have to give a shout out to Chester Post, congratulating him on his MMA career. He's fought to who's who over the years from top to bottom. Lee was his final fight. He brought it all he got that night. It was a great entertaining fight. But on a total side note, I have to just let everyone know that Lee does all this fighting while he's coaching the guys, putting on the event himself, and the big kicker, he does all this 7 months after his hip replacement. So let that one sink in. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I do look forward to seeing you on the mat soon.